Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. This is my 5th start today. I even called this beer medicine. I don't even drink beer. Today's reading is there magnetism between you? And hopefully, if there is, there's going to be an explanation on what actually pulls you two together. If you've got somebody in mind, you have got 3 choices, nothing to do with beer. The first one is reindeer. Sounds like beer. The second one is bear medicine. And the third one is cardinal medicine. So if you want to take your choice, and then we'll just have a look to see what's going on between you two.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Okay, Power 1, I hope you can see. Let me just go out a tiny bit for you. So you can't see all the rubbish at the side, but you can see the cards. What I'm going to do today is it will be a different type of read. It may be far difficult to summarise it, but I will try. What I will do, I'll slow down. I'll go through each section at a time. As you can probably guess, to have some sort of magnetic resonance, doesn't that sound great? There's got to be something in your vibration that aligns. There's got to be some similarity between the pair of you. So what I've done is I've gone through what I suppose is your very base chakra system. So you're starting off with the crown chakra going down to the base here on both sides, and to see how they align. I'll go through each one bit by bit to tell you my thoughts. And yeah, that'll be it really. I don't even know what to expect myself. So let's go through it together. Okay, so we're looking at crown chakra here. So with the crown chakra, do you know why I stumble saying that is I went to yoga classes once, and the teacher was disgusted that Western people, those who's very Western herself, say chakra. So every time I'm like, chair. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Crown chakra. Crown chakra. What am I thinking here? You're going to be thinking about little bits that are not so human. It'd be that bit that is in touch with other worlds, that who we should be, in contact with perhaps subtle entities, I suppose, outside ourselves. And to be able to siphon that into our everyday life is probably how I'm thinking about this. It may be totally wrong. Your person's got the King of Swords here. So to me, because that's quite logical, I'm thinking that they're not really in that type of world or that type of, I'm going to say, mindset here, that they're very much more scientific based, the way that they think about things. So to be getting messages through, to that they will think, are you connected together? Did you have lifetimes together beforehand? I think they're going to think, oh, actually, that person just feels familiar. They remind me of so-and-so, or they remind me of a family member, or I like their interests because that makes it feel as if, we know each other a bit better, we've got something to share. So to me, this person probably is either got a very slow-moving crown chakra or not really that interested in what's coming through. They will logify it, whatever that means. I made that up. You've got the 6 of Cups here, which to me, having an emotional reaction that you will know that this person is somebody who you possibly have spent a lifetime with before. People talk about twin flames and all these like soul connections. To me, I think that you think this is a soul connection, and your crown chakra is wide open and basically trying to converse with this person's, and they're sensing something but coming to a logical conclusion is probably what I would say here. There's a real sort of sweetness about this that, when you say, oh, you're part of my soul group, and oftentimes you can get into groups, it doesn't have to be a not a subtle connection. It doesn't have to be an intimate connection. But sometimes you're just with groups of people, they feel like home. I feel that you think this person feels like home. This person is like probably feeling it, but thinking, oh, well, perhaps, as I said before, there is something that probably connects you two together that makes sense in the real world, where I think you're very much delving into, I know you, that deja vu, that sort of, you are my soul pod. I feel we've been together before. That karmic link is very much, all on with you. Let's have a look at this. The next chakra, I'm too scared to say it, I'm looking at is going to be, to be honest, I'm absolutely awful with names, and what I do is something sinks inside of me, then comes outside of my mouth. So the next chakra I'm thinking of is basically, I suppose, your third eye one. So to me, this will be an ability to read each other's thoughts, an ability to, third eye, to dream possibly, to sense, to carry that person away with you, almost like a psychic sponge. Does this person, move away from you and still think about you, dream about you? With the Seven of Swords here, let me put yours out as well. Oh my gosh. Okay, you do. Again, you're all the top half of your body so far as with what I've revealed here. You've got the Tower card here and the Tower card here as well. So to me, I feel that this person is a real wake-up call to you. It is like finding somebody from some soul group, as I've said before, who comes into your life and makes you feel alive. And I've got a lovely story here. Actually, the guy is in this house about half an hour ago, of a young man. Well, he's not yet that young, but he's I think he's below 50, his 40s. You probably feel like 20, thinking, well, that's really old. But he has got leukemia, and quite severe, as in he's been given like so many years to live, and he just is very, very positive about it. He laughs at people who go to chemotherapy. They said there's like some 8-year-old women in there who go for chemotherapy and get on bikes and cycle home, and there's a real admiration for that. Anyway, he's sort of got his life, he's moving, he's very, as I said, very positive, but he's met somebody and fallen madly in love with them, and he just can't get over it. It's like he never thought he would at this time in his life, as in with his illness and everything. And he says he just is totally taken with this woman because she's a Malaysian lady, and she's been studying all over the place, and it's something that really excites him about her, and it's lovely. It really is lovely. The fact that she's gay is the little bit of a hurdle there. Well, she didn't say gay, she just said queer. And we've been having conversations about this, whether that means something different, I don't know, but I don't think she's interested in him, basically. But it's this moment, the moment that he's had, that awakening, that life is got something going on behind it, and every cell in my body is awake and vibrating, and this person has instigated that. This is this feeling here that you're having. Your person's got the Seven of Swords. Excuse me, my phone. I think I switch it off, and I'm actually crap with tech, and it doesn't actually go off. The Seven of Swords here is a bit of a sneaky one, isn't it? This is a little bit of... this is going to sound rude, and I certainly hope it does. A feeling of somebody that has, because they're blocking off their higher chakras, or they just don't work as well as perhaps yours do, this person feels that they do something that may actually take them down, pretty in a subtle way, down to their base chakras a little bit when they think about you. It's like doing something that they know there's a connection there, but they block it out, and they possibly, it would be interesting to get to these cards down here, whether they go into what I guess is some sort of, I'm going to say sexual activity that has got a lot to do with what I guess is an essence of you that is taken home into the shower. That type of thing. But I'm going to leave that there. But I feel at the moment that you are all in with this person because you sense something otherworldly about them, and it's a real eyes wide open moment for you. Right, so what's next here? I've got to go through them slowly. Your person is not very good at communicating. They find it difficult to say what they're feeling. It would be really interesting with this card to understand their childhood. I'm thinking Will Smith here because of the way that this person here is moving the child and the woman away, and it's going in. And you've got for the throat chakra, you've got here a card that insinuates, is that the right word? Communication. I feel that your person doesn't speak but watches. I feel that they have a very protective instinct over you, but they don't actually display that. It's like somebody who is there when you're about to fall, or who is, you can feel them watching you, but finds it difficult. They find it difficult to express themselves, a bit like me. What else have you got here? To be honest, you've got the Hierophant and you've got the Page of Pentacles here. And what we've got so far for your person, which is probably what you're most interested in, because you know how you feel and how you think, and what makes you click with regards to them. And at the moment, I'm getting this feeling that they shut off what I guess are very subtle messages that they're getting about the connection between the pair of you. There's a feeling here that they can't communicate that, but they're feeling it. And there's a real feeling of what I guess is... to me, there's a chironic feeling here, a bit of damage with regards to how they communicate. And I wonder whether they've had a relationship between the parents, especially the mother, where they felt that they can read the mother very well. And they felt that has been quite, nobody ever texts me, why they text me, has been quite painful for them. So when the mother's in pain, they read it very well. So they are aware, but they almost try and shut it off is what I would get here. So let's have a look at you. You're all in again. Honest, this is your throat chakra. You've got the Knight of Swords, and that again is another airy card. Your throat chakra is going to be Mercury, Uranus, I guess. It's going to be Uranus, isn't it? And you're moving forward here. So again, you're the one that's communicating. You're the one that in the real world wants to express yourself, wants to talk to them, wants to pick up the phone, wants to email them, wants to get the communication going, where they are sort of, it could be protecting you or protecting themselves. Of knowing once they basically open the floodgate here, that's when it all starts rolling. So this person's been quite tentative, and you have got the Page of Pentacles here. The Hierophant card makes me wonder whether they are quite pedantic in life in some way, where they like to keep everything sort of... This is a type of feeling like my dad when you say you're interested in astrology or tarot and he laughs in your face, because this has got this feeling here. Where you you have the complete opposite feeling of digging and delving and understanding and wanting your relationships, or to find meaning in your life through relationships and connections and subtleties that are below the surface. Let me just keep going here. So next one we've got is the Heart. Hold on, I can't pick this up. Don't go. Don't leave me. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Oh my. My husband, but this is the person whose face both ways lights up when they see you. The Strength card, to have that, and you're asking about the heart and you get the card of the heart, the Leo, the center. Our whole lives revolve around our hearts, and if we shut it off, our whole life will reflect that. This person has fallen for you in a way that is warm, kind, generous. I'm going to say sensitive there, because that there is the sense of humanity with the, that sort of, it's not totally instinctual. It's not like these base chakras that I was looking for at the beginning. I don't really care what comes up here now, because you've got that. So to me, it doesn't matter so much. When you've got somebody who's got an open heart, you've got everything. And this person has got an open heart towards you. The Lover's card, again, you've got the sort of upper chakra romance with it, because you're looking for that connection that has meaning in life, so that you feel that, and we all do this and I love it, it's that feeling that life is safe because we can find patterns. We can find connections. We can see that there's a world next. But your heart is very much entrenched in what's going on now. And that's good because you're not earthing it, but you're open for it. Aye. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Pile number 1. I'm going to go through these 2 cards here again. And I've put this here because I've slightly overlapped in here. And to be honest, I still am in my head overlapped. The reason why I'm saying that is that we've got your solar plexus chakra here and we've got your sacral chakra here. But what's going on in my head is that both are creative, but one actually, to me, the solar plexus feeds in energy so that you can feed the higher chakras, and the other one perhaps feeding energy so that you can play in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and edit that bits out so it's not too confusing. Your person up here with their solar plexus has got the 6 of Pentacles, which is absolutely beautiful because you've got the Strength card here and the 6 of Pentacles. This is somebody who has enough energy inside them, is fed with what I guess is some sort of ambrosia to be able to love and play in this real world. It's coming from a place that's outside themselves, but they're not registering that. But this is somebody who's got energy that likes to get involved, likes to love, likes to play. A bit of it's got a Leo feeling to it. You down here have got the Lover's card, as we've said earlier. So the Lover's card to me, as I said, with regards to your heart chakra, is somebody that's open. But you've got the Ten of Swords here, and this is where I got a little bit sort of muddled because these two do overlap slightly in my head. The Ten of Swords with regards to your sacral solar plexus, which is, as I said initially, was the one that you actually feel in reflexology. If somebody hits that spot in your foot, because of the rich nerve endings, it's the one that you will feel. Try it yourself. It's just, I'm not going to go through that now. But the Ten of Swords here to me is, sometimes you get psychics with this energy up here that's quite heightened who physically find it difficult to function. There's an importance here is what I'm trying to say, to make sure that you get out in the sunshine. If you live somewhere where you can get out in the sun and do that. If you don't, if you can save up for a holiday, try and do that. Just a weekend away to get, and that's impossible, isn't it, this time of year? When you're in the Northern Hemisphere, to save up for a holiday basically takes all year, but eat fresh food, fruit and veg, something that's not been sat on the shelf for longer than 2 or 3 days, something that's still got that bit of oomph in it. The reason that I'm saying that is I feel that the energy that comes from the sun allows you to have this, and I feel that you've cut that off a little bit here. And I know this isn't to do with the relationships, but to have the Ten of Swords in this part, to me, is slightly worrying. I've got lots of different thoughts about it that may not come into this reading because I know that you're looking at relationships. But if you had your aura picture taken, I think that I don't know, I can explain it myself and what I'm thinking here. I had my aura picture taken years and years ago, probably in my 20s, and my aura, nice colour, but was really small. And the lady said to me, she said, "You're working too hard and you're not eating well." And she was right. And the more that I've looked into that, I feel that you've got to have something being siphoned in, and that's the energy that's how it gets in to feed these chakras. So you've got to look after your body, is what I would say here, because this person I feel is very much in charge of. They're open to energy coming in. They probably eat well, they probably exercise quite well, or they've just got that openness that allows, I don't know, to be honest, but they're playing with their heart energy and they're just playing with life in some way, where you've got very open heart and a very open higher end of your chakras. But to me, I feel that you may not look after yourself, and that's important. Look after your body, because there's no way you can keep this going for long with it. If that will conk in, your body will conk in, and that will go with it. So let's go on to the sacral chakras again. There is an overlap here with the Page of Cups here, all in orange, and we're talking about the sacral chakras. The sacral chakra to me has got that sort of feeling of, again, there's a feeling of play, but it's got a bit of earthiness about it, where People who have strong sacral chakras, very much, there's a push about them. There's a fire about them. The way that they tend to, it's the orange, isn't it, I suppose? The way that they're very creative with life and they are in it. So to me, I'm getting this feeling here that your person plays. They play with life. They're very much somebody who, if I'm thinking of handwriting, they've probably got very big the inner part of their handwriting is probably very big, very sociable, very good with people, very much interested in what's going on, like to be kind, like to be open with everybody, like to get stuck into the world and involve others. Again, you've got the Hangman here. So again, these feelings are somebody who likes to read and understand and is very much into mysticism and finds it difficult to get started at times because they've got so many ideas, very, very creative in their head. But with these two cards having the Hangman down here for the sacral chakra, there's an inability to possibly in your way to ground it, to get it to work, to get that work started. So to translate that with regards to how you two will interact together, is this person is all like free and easy and chatty and flirty and what ifs and let's dance, and you're more like, I've thought about you for 3 years before this. I know what our soul connection is, but you may actually go a bit quiet when you're faced with this person or find some difficulty playing. Your person may have an inability to voice their feelings, but they know how to act. This is like somebody who you see talking to everybody. And this energy, your energy down here, is somebody who loves to love, loves to think, loves to create, has an imaginary world that is absolutely fantastic. And you may have a creative job, but when it comes to love relationships, you're probably waiting for this person to take the lead, and they will. But this person's going to be looking for comeback from you that is right in front of their face and has some sort of sensual component to it. And I know we haven't got to the base chakra yet. So let's have a look. This is nice for your person to have the King of Cups in their base chakra. And you've got the Strength card here for the heart, where basically their basic instincts are below what I guess is their, I'm going to say humanitarian concerns, but what I really mean is that they're a lady or they're a gentleman. There may be another term for that, but that's, it's that type of tenacious feeling. So this person isn't somebody who's, I would guess, isn't going to be pushy with regards to their sexuality. They're going to want to fall in love, or I'm not saying most people, especially when they're young, especially if they've got high amounts of testosterone in them, they will, and this may sound crude, but when they're very young, and those below 30 possibly, they will act anyway. But this person is looking for an emotional connection first, but I'm not saying they won't act without that first, but this depends on the age, I would guess here, but this person is looking for an emotional connection, and that's what gives them that extra Viagra type push, if you know what I mean. That's what turns them on, somebody who they can connect with. This person, he or she has got a beautiful feeling about them. They're not interested in tarot, they're not interested in astrology, they're not interested in soulful connections. They're interested in feeling it, but they don't care about the small print. This person wants an emotional connection, sees you as being somebody where there's a very sort of strong love for, just genuine love for, and a need to play with that, where you here are feeling the same, researching it to death, and then perhaps not being as natural as you should be when it gets to the actual everyday connecting, as I would say here. Now, the Eight of Swords down here as well, your top chakras are all firing. Your base chakras with the Ten of Swords and the Hangman here and the Eight of Swords are slightly blocked, I would say. These would concern me. And remember, this is just a tarot reading. If this resonates with you, it will. And if it doesn't, just ignore it. Because these two, when they're not connected, could often mean somebody who has like adrenal fatigue at times or gets incredibly tired. There's a need here to, I know people say go outside and walk barefoot, but there's just a genuine need here to eat solid foods, not baby food, and to be. And somebody said that to me once. It was a Virgo Sagittarius guy basically saying what he thinks and coming from a very earthy place. As we're down here, he said, just be. We were in a shopping centre, and I've said this before. I thought, yeah, I understand that. And I've had that said twice to me. It's like, stop thinking, just be. I thought, this, you feel quite similar here, is just to not care as much, to not think as much, to not wonder as much, to just get stuck in and dance with this person. So in between here, you've got the Tower card. I feel that this person is your Tower moment because of this basic, you've got the Tower up here. So I feel this person has made a dent inside how you see reality. With regards to the Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles here, I'm attributing, hard word for me to say, this to this person up here because of their more earthy type qualities here. This person's very much they're very alive. They're very generous. Got a very sweet feeling. They know how to love. This is worth playing with this person. There's a lot you can get from each other. It's almost like you are an imbalance of each other, where you're all up here, and you could rub off each other. And you know what will happen if you swap this half up here and this half? It will feel like a whole person. Hence why people are pulled to each other in the long term. So, as I said, this is an experiment with me doing this. I know I've talked a lot, so let me actually try and answer the question. Is there magnetism between the pair of you? It's huge, and most of it is centred on the heart connection. The other magnetism will be possibly that this person is fulfilling the bits that you don't have inside yourself, that quality of just being in life, while you're going to fulfil this person's ability to look ahead and to think and feel a connection that has got something else behind it that you, even if you can't explain it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This is beautiful. I want to play with this person. It's like somebody who likes flirting, somebody who likes to laugh and to joke, somebody that's got a good laugh, somebody that's quite relaxed in their own skin, somebody that sits back in a chair rather than tense, where you've got this feeling of wanting to perhaps want everything to be all right, the next meeting to go really well, and this person is, let's just meet, let's just get together, let's dance. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there because that's quite, as I said, it's quite a long read. It is a really long read. I'm going to love you and leave you. If you do like the readings, please check out the website, HULUPPU.co.uk. Thank you, bye-bye. Hi there, pile number 2. I'm starting again because I've just been speaking rubbish. Today's setup is slightly different. What you've got is, because you're looking at the magnetism between the pair of you, you've got your person up here and you're down here. And what I've done is I've chopped it up between each main chakra. What I will do is it will be a different type of reading where I'll try and reveal it and discuss it as much as I possibly can to see what I can get out of the connection, and it will be a shorter summary, so it's more like a story that goes along because I don't know what to expect. It's difficult for me, and I know from doing pile number 1 that the solar and the sacral chakra, these two here, will overlay in some way. There will be some sort of repetition here. So let's go anyway. Let's start off with your crown chakra. To me, the crown chakra has got a feeling of... sorry, I'm going to thinking what minerals are connected to it. But there's a feeling here of understanding that the connection is far more than your actual self. It's like a feeling of... Sorry, I can't find the words. When your crown chakra's working and you meet somebody, it's going to be a sense of knowing. It's going to be a sense of, we've been here before and I can see that and I'm going to do the right thing for you and for me, that type of feeling. It's a little bit above our natural sort of running around and fulfilling and trying to get what we want out of a situation. It's going to have a connection with other worlds, with other beings, something more subtle that is saying this person's important to you. So let's see who's coming out tops on this one. Your person's got the Six of Swords. I've had this in reading number 1. So to me, this feels like a block chakra, or somebody's not really interested in this type of thing or not ready to accept it as yet. They may feel it and it may resonate more with these chakras down here. But to me, it's not like, okay, I understand you're part of my soul group and I got that from a meditation session. Right, you with the Empress card here are very much at ease with that sort of feeling here. There's a feeling of finding with Venus here, the Empress, of finding a relaxed feeling of finding beauty in that. There's not like a scrabbling feeling. I mean, the crown chakra shouldn't have a scrabbling feeling anyway, of, possibly really needing to find somebody that fulfills that criteria, feeling that there is that sort of otherworldly connection. It's like, yeah, I know and I feel and it feels beautiful and that's it. That's it, full stop. Not wanting anything more from that, but understanding. Because there's a feeling of being relaxed and at home in the Empress card there. And there's a feeling of fertility and there's that feeling, obviously, you're very much at ease with yourself. And connections that come your way. It's like, we'll see what we can get from this, as in how can I become more of myself rather than what can I take with me, where your person's not bothered about that, and that's fine. That is fine. And I do think you often get partners where one is really interested in, the what ifs, the wondering, the soul connection. The other person is just like, let's just live, let's just get on with it. And there's that groundedness and that connection, which was in pile number 1, to be honest, can often lead to a really good relationship because the other person opens up to possibilities, as in your person could open up to your ideas while you actually just get stuck into things. But let's see what's going on. The next one is the Third Eye. Now, this is a lovely one for them. I'm just going to talk about theirs first. To have the Hermit card with the Third Eye, to be honest, that to me is probably one of the cards that you would expect to have if you were looking for Third Eye activation in some way. So this person is going to be this type of person who, even if they don't understand it, is going to be dreaming about you, is going to have what I guess are premonitions about you when you're going to turn up, and there you are. There's very much a connection here. If your third eye is activated and you're sat opposite somebody that you're really attracted to, how is this person? It's like a sense of knowing there's a connection, but with this card here, it's not really looking any further for it. It's not looking for advice, or you'd want to say here there's meditation, isn't there, going on? But with that card going against that, I don't think that there is. I feel that this is just a sense of something that they do subconsciously, very subconscious, that they take it into their dream state rather than they actively sit down and meditate and you come into their mind. This is somebody that takes it goes into their head, or they think about you before you turn up. Is probably the best way I would guess that would come into everyday life. That's bad English, but let's have a look at you. The Queen of Swords. Okay. That's interesting. You have to bear with me on this one because I have to translate things that are in my head to the cards, which is quite difficult. So there's a bit of a gap in between me talking here. So you've got the Empress here for what I guess is like, let's just say you whispered to fairies, because that's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like you're getting information about connections and patterns in the world, and it's just part of you and you're very at ease with that. But you've got the Queen of Swords here to meet with your third eye chakra, whatever that's called. So there's a sense of understanding, but once again with the Queen of Swords, maybe you just bring it into what's real, what you can cope with. This, as I say, these readings are going to be complicated. You're going to learn probably a lot about yourself and the other person. But with the Empress card, maybe, you obviously what I'm saying is coming out of my mouth. You've got to translate it to what resonates with you. The Empress and the Queen of Swords here is somebody that knows their abilities but realises that they have to make it function in the real world. That's when you like cut it to the quick, because the Queen of Swords is very factual. It's like, yeah, no, I can see there's a connection here. I've dreamt about this person, but next time I meet them, I don't want to start blushing because of the dream I had last night. Well, this person is very much engrossed with those dreams and those thoughts that seep in and thinks, oh my gosh, that is different. That feels exciting. So yes, there is a connection going on in here, but to me, I feel that you're more advanced and more in control of it. This person indulges in it and enjoys it. Okay, let's keep going. So throat, communication, expression probably here. I can't get these cards up. Oh my gosh, this is lovely. Okay, so with regards to the throat chakra, your person's got the King of Wands and you've got the Sun. This to me is two people that have no disabilities with regards to communicating. There's nothing here that you think, oh, actually that's going to be difficult for me, or I don't feel that I'm quite in charge of that. It's that you are very good at both, extremely good at expressing yourself. There's some fire in here, so this is like somebody who actually lights your fire, instigates things. Both of you do it. There's like probably a suggestive quality about when you communicate. There's like lots of what ifs. We could do this. Lots of possibilities. Lots of excitement going on here. When you both open your mouth, it's like invitations. It's like, okay, maybe you might enjoy this, or I know you enjoy this, but have you thought of this? Or it's like two people that kick off and can't get enough of each other. You two talking at a bar will be people watching because you just be all engrossed. This isn't like two people who sit opposite a table and their eyes are all, basically looking elsewhere. You are with each other when you're with each other, and there's like non-stop talking, I would guess here, or the need to. There's an excitement of expression here, I would guess, with these two cards here. You don't hide much, I don't think, here, especially with this card here. You're very at ease with yourself. With the Sun card down here, there's a real ability to say who you are and put it on the table, and people accept it or don't accept it, which is absolutely beautiful. Your person here's got what it is like a dignified feeling of being themselves, being there for others, being group orientated, but also being unaware of possibly the messages that they're getting anyway. This is like somebody who is big in the outside world, but does it for what I guess is I can't think of the word, not esoteric reason, but I'm going to say high-end reason. I don't know what that means, but it's got a good quality to it that impacts a large group of people, and they do it naturally without knowing what it is. I feel that these two, this card and this card, seep in very easy for this person, that they do a lot of good, I suppose, whatever that means. They help others without an ulterior motive. It's like, I just want to be a good person, and I do that. Somebody who puts a lot of energy in bigging other people up and making their lives more fun or more interesting or more exciting or more expressive. And I think that you two get off on that, really. The way that you probably share similar ideals and communicating it, there's a fire between you. And that doesn't have to be talking about really in-depth ideals. It can just be talking. When you're with somebody and there's an excitement about them. And fire people do have that, especially if you've got air inside you, which you possibly could have here. And, fire feeds air, doesn't it? And when you're talking I've got lots of air inside me, right, bin bag. But when I talk to fire people, it's like I'm start jingling. It's just so exciting. And you think, oh my gosh, you could do anything today. Oh, whatever. Anyway, let's keep going. So there's an excitement between the pair of you. There's an ability to communicate that feels like it's promising more. Let's try and pick up a card. Would be a good start. Heart chakra. Oh my gosh, your person. This is a bit like pile number 1, where your person comes across as just beautiful. To have the Ace of Wands here for the heart chakra, this is somebody who is ready to open, to give, wants life to be full of love and wants it to be continual. Somebody that thinks that expressing themselves and their heart is probably a priority in life, and giving to others. They don't really care about the esoteric reason, is what I was trying to say there. When I said high end, I can't really think, it's just high end of this pile. They just care about doing the right thing. You down here have got the Four of Pentacles over your heart chakra. So this to me, you've got the Sun card here. You want to almost like light this one a little bit with the Sun. This is saying, and I don't know whether you've been hurt in past relationships, this is saying that nobody can take away anything from you. Your energy flows through you constantly if you open up to it. If you close down your heart chakra, if you've been hurt or you're afraid of being hurt, or if you feel vulnerable, you're the one that pays, not the other person. And this person is the right person to basically, without being rude, but to prod. To get rid of any hang-ups there. Hey, let's keep going. Okay, and next one is this, where there will be some overlaps here, the solar plexus. The solar plexus is a weird one because I don't think I think of things in textbook ways. I think of things with things that I've found out and I find I can identify with or understand slightly. The solar plexus to me is the energy that we take into our bodies from the sun that allows us to create. So there is an overlapping with the sacral chakra here, with the creativity. And a lot of the time I think it's got a lot to do with, this is difficult to actually explain, but I also think it's got a lot to do with our health as well. And I know these two have too, but it's for a different reason. If this energy is blocked, you can't feed this energy up here. So for your person to have the Five of Pentacles here and to have this one up here a little bit closed off, I feel there's got the diversion going on here is what I would say. The energy that they get from their food or from their vitamin D or their testosterone or their hormones, I think is very much put into everyday activities. It's not put into, I've got some spare, so I'm just going to meditate. No, I feel that this is okay. Let's just live. Let's just love energy, a bit like pile number one. Let's have a look at yours. Okay, I feel that you are very aware of this, that you work very hard on your health, or that you're at least you're aware. With the Three of Pentacles, it's like a skill and it's like learning. So maybe you may be. I'll start again. You may read a lot about this type of thing. You may be interested in it. You may be a health practitioner. You may be interested in minerals and nutrition. Or just eating generally well and knowing which foods light your fire, literally light your fire. You may understand that it's the importance of getting outside and making sure you get your vitamin D, making sure that you get that through your own food, because that is what's going to keep this open and flowing like it already is, just to keep it moving here. So I feel that you are very much aware of that. I used to have a Kirlian camera, which makes me think of this energy here. And I used to basically it's a camera that shows the energetic components, I don't know what that means, of anything you put under it. You put a piece of, you can see pictures on the internet, you put an apple under there and you can see like electric, it's like a bit like a Tesla experiment, or like basically flying off it. It's there for a couple of days and there's nothing, it's basically dead. It just gets like a shadow around the outside. You put a crystal under there and there's just like lightning coming out of the ends. So I do lots of experiments. Anyway, I feel that you could be interested in that type of thing, or at least aware of it, where your person possibly isn't that bothered about that. They may even just, eat dead food, lots of burgers, lots of chips, maybe drink, and their energy may be okay, but goes into everyday activities is what I've got there. So there's some sort of discrepancy between that, but I don't guess it's important with regards to magnetism between the pair of you, but I'll sum that up at the end. The sacral. These two next cards are very much a feeling of, I think these two will probably tell you a lot about whether you're sexually compatible. This is more to do with creativity and how there's like a competitive nature to the sacral chakra, I always think. The Two of Pentacles here possibly doesn't surprise me, because you've got here a feeling of somebody No, I'm going to keep talking because they're going to be out there ages. The energy could be here, there, a bit of everywhere. That they may put a lot of energy into, with these cards here, into sports and activities and other people's needs, but then don't, it could be like somebody that blasts and then falls ill with this energy here. So it can be a bit, as I say, what's the word? Intermittent, probably. Now you've got the Devil card down here for your sacral chakra, which is a cracker. Because to me that is a drive, to be honest. I'm thinking the word incessant here, and to have an earthy feeling coming through that chakra is going to you're going to be difficult to shake off course once you've decided what you're going to do. So when you're attached to somebody, I would guess you're very much attached to them. It's very much something that I'm going to say that you want to conquer or you want to succeed at with this card, because this card doesn't give up and it's very earthy. And it's not an earthy chakra, but to try and translate that, as I say, that is why this is difficult. Just a thought here that you may have had very heavy feelings for this person for a long time, or they're very strong feelings, when this person can sometimes play hot and cold. And I don't think it's something that they would do out of playing with somebody on purpose to make them guess, but it's more a case of that their energy sometimes feels like this and sometimes feels the other way. That sometimes they're all in and sometimes they're like, I'm exhausted. I feel that they give a lot to other people. Let's have a look at the base chakras. Again, this is a very similar feeling to pile number 1. To have the Two of Cups in the base chakra, to me I would translate for this person to have a sexual encounter. I don't know what the correct words are. To feel sexually attracted to somebody, there has to be an emotional component to it. There has to be a connection there that gets them in their heart, and that's what excites them, to have that one and that one together. You've got the Three of Swords here. So, and I get this a lot, to be honest. I get this a lot. I've had it twice. Because you've got what I guess is, and a lot of people interested in like this type of activity, like tarot and astrology and all these type of things, there could be an imbalance, and it is possible where your Three of Swords here and the Four of Pentacles here, there are bits that, a thought here as well. If you've got a certain amount of energy coming in through your body, and it's like a recorder or like a bagpipe, and you've got your fingers over some because then they're not flowing as well as others, and it gets fed through into the bits that play really well, all fine and good. But if you've got bits blocked off, are they blocked off because there's not enough energy going into them? Because of this card here, I'm pulling out with this card here. I'm still here, I'm thinking. If your heart chakra is hurt, let's say hurt there, and your base chakra is hurt, and you're learning how to mediate your energy through those different bagpipe holes, and it's coming very strong through your sacral chakra, there's a need to hold here that's coming from what I guess is an understanding of connections and a really good ability to relate to people, to communicate with people. But to be honest here, it feels like the further the relationship goes down the line, the closer this person comes to you with what I guess is quite open energy, the more that you're enjoying probably the foreplay is probably what I'm thinking here with this energy, because you can see the connection, you love the communicating. But when it gets further, when people get closer to you, this is just a thought. And as I said, these are just cards, and if there's more than 2 people watching, it may apply to one and not the other. Do you pull back slightly when it gets to the physical with these 2 cards here? Because your heart's on the line, and there may be something difficult in relating sexually to somebody. Maybe you feel that you give too much away with these 2 cards being slightly like this. So let's start summing this up. I don't know any of this, obviously. And this is a long reading. They're all long readings. But let me just start summing up how you two connect together, where the magnetism actually is. To me, to be honest here, the main magnetism between the pair of you is the way you sensing that the connection has a meaning, loving getting involved. But I feel with you that the further this goes down the track, that your person may be hurt unless you relax with regards to, you almost bring this energy down here, relax with regards to what I guess is your body and your physical expression. And just let yourself be. And remember that the energy that goes through you, it's like never ending. The more you open, the more it comes through. And that nobody, I don't know about this card here. As I said, it's quite a specific card, so it may apply or it may not. But this to me is somebody who maybe doesn't like their body, or has got maybe hang-ups with their body, or there's bits about their body that they're not quite confident with. And you're trying to protect yourself in some way. So this is what I've got to, the magnetism between the pair of you is big, because I feel that you feel like you know this person. The way that you get on with this person, the way that it's begun is incredibly exciting. Your person has got an edge to them that sort of has the tentacles in other worlds, but is not interested in it. They need a really strong connection where somebody reveals themselves emotionally to them to actually feel physically attracted, to keep that attraction going long term. And maybe there's a warning in here, because to me I feel that you love the play, you love the excitement, but you've got to take this with a pinch of salt, because you will know yourself, not me. You've got to give more of yourself with regards to relaxing into the relationship once it starts moving, to be more at ease with where you are in your body, in your skin, and to fall in love with yourself, and know that what you give, people aren't taking from you. It's like a never-ending, as the cup floweth over or something. I'm sure there's something in that. It is. It's like it just never ends. The more you open, the more you have to give. Nobody can take anything from you, really. They think they can. My husband said something last night about winning the war and losing the battle or something like that. It was a good story, but I've forgotten it. But I'm going to leave that. So, yes, to the magnetism, it's exciting. You two are really kick off on each other, but I feel that this person wants to connect more in a way that is closer, where I feel that you do in your head and you can feel the connection, but to make sure that you can carry it through and relax into it is probably what I would say here. Because you've got the Four of Wands here and you've got the Two of Pentacles. You're both coming from stable backgrounds, I guess, or stability inside yourself. The King of Pentacles, this person is proud of themselves. They like to own themselves. They like to see themselves big in the outside world, but it's coming from a good place. Somebody with a big heart, somebody that gives. And you can both rub off each other and equal out the bits here. So that's what I've got. I'm going to go. Bye. Oh, the website is HULUPPU.co.uk. I always forget to say, and I don't know if anybody even knows that I've got a website, but if you do fancy readings, I normally put them up on Sunday nights. Bye. Pile number 3, your cards are out. I'm just going to do a restart because I've just been basically mumbling to myself. What you've got here with regards to trying to look at the magnetism between the pair of you, I look at their magnetism first through the chakra system as best as I possibly can. It takes a lot of twisting around in my head, so there may be silences in it, and then yours, and then to see how they relate. There's a lesser of summing up with this, so you have to sort of get the information out of me as I go along, but I will try and sum it up at the end. So let's start. Just a warning before I go, these two, the sacral and the solar chakras, tend to interweave a little bit here, so there will be an overlap. Right, let's have a look at theirs first. Okay, so their crown chakra, Ace of Swords. To me, the Ace of Swords, to have the Ace of Swords as a card for your crown chakra would be somebody that has had some sort of awakening in some sense. They may not be able to translate that, but there will be an epiphany somewhere along their life that allows them to see outside themselves, to see things from a higher perspective, or understand that life has some sort of pattern and possibly some sort of interaction, maybe with drugs, maybe with meditation, who knows, that pings them awake in some way. And with that, to me, the Ace of Swords there made me feel like it was uncomfortable. So it could be I've been looking at lots of things this morning. A holotropic, is that how you say it? Breathing sort of techniques, or mushrooms, or ayahuasca, or just plain meditation. But there's something here that has been I can see into other worlds type feeling. I know that sounds a bit dramatic, but I'm not saying it translates the rest of it, but it could be just like some acid trip. I don't know. The reason I'm saying that is a lot of people who, in both piles already, a lot of people who are already interested in tarot and astrology and this type of thing tend to have very hefty top halves of their chakra system. And I found that in this reading. So I don't know. It surprised me that it's come up here in the other person, but we don't know them. I don't know them. Here you go. Okay, your Hermit card here is you get insight from systems that feel as if they are outside yourself. They often say that our mind isn't in our heads, and I believe that in some way. It's just, it's how I would imagine it. It's just outside, and some people get some sort of sheath, wrong word, but sounds great, that doesn't allow information to permeate through. But with the Hermit card here, I don't know whether you do meditate, but this could suggest that you do, and you have had, I'm going to make this grand, visions or insights, and there's an awareness that there's more outside it. Yeah, there's an awareness there's more going on than what meets the eye to you, and it's very natural to you with the Hermit card there. It's something that you've worked on, and it may not even be in this lifetime. It just may be natural in this lifetime to you, but it's something that you've, perhaps studied in the past and become quite adept at. Right, let's have a look at your third eye. That's another interesting card for the third eye for them. This is very different from the other two piles here. To have the Fool as their third eye is this. These have got a bit of a rebellious feel to them, both of them together. It's like somebody who plays, somebody who's got a bit of a devilish attitude with regards to spirituality. This would be my older brother. He's very much like this. You often find him in some, when he was younger, I don't think his heart could take it anymore, but you would often find himself pushing the boundaries in whichever way possible. The bits we've discussed before, but I don't want to get him into prison, but to put away or anything. But let's just say other stuff like Ouija boards, or, that type of don't go over that boundary, he will do it. So the third eye here with the Fool card here, how could this translate to you? This could be somebody who would definitely spend a weekend with you doing something really wild that may be in, sort of metaphysical bend to it. But that Fool card is Uranus again, but there's an awakening feeling here. To have on the third eye, I feel that they've had something. I don't know if they'll translate it like this, but I feel that this person can read people, can read situations. There's a feeling of not caring about it, but being able to do it. There's no other way I can say that, to be honest. I don't know how they've got to that process. When you get to these lower chakras, you get people who have experiences that awaken them all from a base chakra, like childbirth. But you've got somebody here who's maybe got a bit of an experimental attitude to the higher chakras. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, fantastic stories. There's a lady that I talked to who basically does this type of thing. She doesn't in a controlled environment, but it's like mushrooms and stuff. She goes off and there's a guy there to make sure that nobody else goes cuckoo while they're taking the mushrooms. And it's like a journey inside yourself to find out, basically what you've got caged in there. And she's telling you all these stories about a couple of friends that did it, and there's people that didn't cope so well. It's just like a village hall experience. And I'm not going to go into it, but the friends are like joking and laughing and trying to leave the building, and this man's trying to bring them back, and everybody else is sitting around crying or talking about something that's really important to them. Anyway, it sounds like mayhem, but I think your person would enjoy that type of activity. Let's have a look at your third eye. The Eight of Swords. To have the Eight of Swords is to have the Hermit card here in the Eight of Swords. I know this isn't translating how you interact, but I need to understand it before I can comment on that. The Eight of Swords to me is you've voluntarily shut that off, is what I'm trying to say here. There's a feeling of being able to open it, to communicate, to meditate, to get insights, or to... You know how to do it with this card here, but you don't do it. I'm going to tell you off here, you ready? There's a feeling of laziness with not keeping what is naturally yours. You've been fed this energy, possibly, as I said earlier on, from working on it. But in this lifetime, it's like, get down to it. Get down to it. And you need to practice more with that. More meditation and more going inward. Yeah, more exercises. More dream journals, whichever way you look at that, you've got a gift here, and it's to make the most of it. This is a telling off for you, I'm afraid, not from me, of course. Let's have a look at your throat. So communication and expression in some way in the real world, rather than... Oh, okay. This person doesn't give of themselves. There's a cool... with this energy here, there's an experimental Uranus-y feeling, cool energy about it. The Five of Swords to have in their throat chakra is somebody who's been told to shut up, somebody who's been laughed at when they've expressed themselves. It's that type of thing. There's somebody who's not allowed them to talk, to express. And you can get that a lot. And I think, age is a difference in this as well. From teaching as well, and basically how we grew up, we were told that we nobody listened to kids when we were young, and it was not expected. It's like you weren't really allowed an opinion. It was like, be quiet if there's grown-ups in the room. But now, as I was about to say, I'm teaching, you get interviewed by the kids, and they have a say whether you get the job. No, but you know what I mean. The kids, and there's a lot to be. I learn a lot from my kids, and I learn a lot from other people's kids, to be honest. So, but there's got to be a balance in that, because there's a maturity that comes with experience too. I'm still waiting. Right, so throat chakra here for you again, difficulty in communicating. So I'm guessing here with regards to the magnetism, a lot of this has got a lot to do with coming from the upper half, that feeling or sensing a soulful link between the pair of you, knowing there's something important about the connection. I don't know whether you translate it yet to the rest of your chakras, but to be honest here, the communication is either it's not going on at the moment, or it's slightly blocked between the pair of you. Or you find it difficult to find words, or you don't express your true feelings or what you feel about the connection as yet, either of you. Because you're watching your words here, you're watching the way that you communicate, you're watching your expression. It's like you don't want to say the wrong thing, or to jump ahead of the game a little bit. Let's have a look at heart, Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, when it comes to heart, to have the Nine of Cups there, that is going to be part of your magnetic qualities. It's you, to be honest, it's at the moment, I don't know what the rest of the cards are, but that's your gift. To have the Nine of Cups and to always feel that you've got enough energy to give out to people and nobody can take that away from you because you're self-fulfilled is magic. So that is to give and to express, your tenderness or your joy of people or your enjoyment of life is your what's the word? Raison de something. Raison de sultana, I don't know, but that is your best thing. And the Knight of Pentacles is not a bad card for them, but they give when it makes sense. It's not natural, but it's not stingy. They give if in a very practical way, that they will probably gift you by doing something. They will show you that they're drawn to you by giving something that they've probably made, or something, how they can help you. Where I think that you give, you can't give through expressing too easily, but you just like being with people. You enjoy the world. And people can sense that from you. So that is where there's going to be that pull coming from you. This one's a bit of a wild card to me, as in the whole set is a wild card. Let's have a look at their solar. These two will overlap. Excuse me. The solar plexus is a difficult one for me to translate, because in my mind, basically through experiences, I translate it as in the energy that we get pulled through from some higher source, which I'm guessing is something behind the sun. I don't know what's going on there, but it's got something it's light energy is what I would say here. The Four of Swords here is not really a sexy translation. To have the Four of Swords here makes me think that your person may have had periods of illness, possibly, may not eat as well as they should do to be able to feed the rest of their system. And it will overlap with this card here. To me, it's like this is like a mad scientist type of feeling of somebody that's not particularly bothered about their health, likes to understand, likes to experiment, and does it in a very methodical manner, but possibly doesn't eat while they're doing it. So that's not much about magnetism, but it may translate when we pull it all together. Let's have a look at you. Eight of Cups here. This to me may be somebody who has been interested in maintaining their health, may have had, again, it's the same message coming up for you here. I know it's not pushing you both together as yet, but to me, this is you're somebody who is adept at some form of, I can't think of the words, like esoteric, not routine, but there's something you've done very well and almost like a past life feeling to it. And the Eight of Cups is that you've left it in this lifetime. You're not making the most of who you are and but is basically naturally opening you anyway. So you could have maybe some sort of psychic, maybe you know this already, some sort of psychic skills, some ability to nip into other worlds, to nip inside your own body and pull things out that not many people are in contact with. But I feel that you don't nourish it in this lifetime, and you should do. With the Eight of Cups here is speaking to me of making sure that you get outdoors and making sure that you get your vitamin D, that you're out in the sunshine, and that you eat really well, and there's fresh food all going inside you to feed you with that energy, to make sure, and go back to your practices to make sure that this beautiful energy here is fed out into the world. And I know this isn't connecting, but hopefully it will. I feel that your person just needs to stop eating chips, to be honest. Leave that one there. Or drinking, maybe. Experimenting, maybe, because it drains their energy. Let's keep going. Devil card came up in the same position for number 2, for pile number 2. The Devil card for you, I don't know, I'm doing you first here. To have your sacral chakra as the Devil card is somebody, once they've decided they like somebody, it's very difficult to shake off that energy. The sacral chakra is very much creative in life, and they know what they want. It's got a bit of a competitive edge and a playful edge to it. It's like fiery and fun and full on. And to have the Devil card there is once you've decided, and I say this often, you've counted to 10, you're not letting go. So I think you've got quite an obsessive quality about you that is very much part. And this could almost, oh no, I don't think it would actually with the Nine of Cups here. They don't go together, to be honest. So because the Devil card likes to hold, a bit like a Pluto, and I know it's not, I know it's Capricorn, but the Nine of Cups here just gives out. I mean, if you're giving out with your heart, the Devil card, why would you have that here? It just is probably creativity, because that's how I would link those two here. The creativity, once you've found something that excites you, you want more of it. Yeah, that's probably how those two would link together. So it's like never-ending energy. Feed it to me. You're fun. I want to be with you. When can I see you again? It's really exciting. I'm still thinking about you coming from you here. So let's have a look at their energy here. Knight of Swords to me is going back with this airy energy up here. This will be somebody, when they're stimulated, it's got to stimulate their mind. And then it's somebody who needs to be titillated, needs conversational, what was their throat? Yeah, doesn't know how to talk. Needs to be... Conversation was the wrong word there with that there. It's stimulated mentally. Whatever that means to them, I don't know. I think they like naughty. I think they're like somebody who bucks the trend in some way, who thinks for themselves, who's got maybe that energy that is a little bit pushy, but it's coming from a place of research. Does that make sense? It's not like pushy or bolshy for the sake of it. It's like, well, I'm just going to nudge this because I know it'll be interesting, because I know how other people react, or I know how this situation works. They would find that fascinating, your person. Let's have a look at the last one. So this is more like your sacral chakra, your root chakra, with a Justice card for them, and you've got the Three of Cups. Again, there's not a very animalistic feel about any of these piles. The Justice card here, again, with all this like airy feel, is somebody that is looking for a relationship that is fair, equal, mates. Somebody that they can possibly, and that may be good for the pair of you, where you can feel relaxed before the tension comes in. So this is like friends with benefits hopefully afterwards type of feeling. And that's what gets them going. But they need their friend to be bright, to be exciting enough to get to the next stage. You've got the Three of Cups down here for you. You've got lovely feeling here with the Three of Cups at the bottom here and the Nine of Cups here. To me, it's more like you're involved with people if they're going to make you feel good, if they're going to make you feel emotionally involved in the world. You're more likely to end up in a physical relationship with somebody, if there's some sort of emotional give coming from them, because it comes from you naturally. This person's probably slow giving out emotionally. Right, okay, so what have I got? What's going on between the pair of you? The magnetism between you two has got a naughty component coming from them of like, I'm going to open this situation up and see what you can give me, and I'm looking for excitement. So their magnetism is quite expectant in some way, but once they feel that you can cope with that, and they will basically start melting a little bit more. What they're looking for is a friend that excites them. So that is probably, that's magnetic in a way that possibly is, there's quirkiness about them, I would say, that's quite magnetic. So they need to look after themselves. No more burgers. With you, your magnetism comes very naturally from what I guess is a very innate ability to love and to be involved in life. Oh, I don't know how to put this to words. Very naturally. Does that make sense? This card and this card here. The Devil card here could be you don't have an off switch. This person would love that. You don't have an off switch once you've decided that something's stimulating to you. Stimulating is a word I've used quite a few times between these two piles because it's important. Then that's it. You've set your mind to it and you're going to hold on to it. This isn't part of the magnetism between the pair of you, but there is a real sort of push in this pile to make sure that you make good use of your natural abilities to, I'm going to say meditate, but there's a lot more, whatever springs to mind as I'm saying that, you do it, because that you'll know already with that card there. So, a few sentences before I go. This person wants to play. They would pretend that they're your best buddy, and that will suit them really well because it will help them communicate. And their magnetism comes from being a little bit different, a little bit excited by life, as long as that it has got an extra, it's got a bit of a rub to it that's exciting. Exciting. Your magnetism that they will be feeling has got a lot to do with your genuine love of life, your ability to be open, a very sort of emotionally creative feeling coming from you here. And once you think that you've met that person, then you're quite dedicated to them. Very dedicated to them. This person's quite cool-natured, I would think. You're more emotionally open. So that's what I've got. I don't know if it answers the question. I'm just doing my best with a different spread here. What happens is if it works sort of, then I can tweak it next time to get the best out of it. If you do like the readings, please check out the website huluppu.co.uk. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very much. Bye.